Senator Natalie Murdock is our next Defender of the Environment awardee. As I said earlier, citizens must be able to vote so they can choose leaders who will advance their values, including their right to clean air, clean water, and clean energy. Senator Murdock was appointed to the Senate in 2020 and has hit the ground running. She has been both a behind-the-scenes and out-in-front fighter for our democracy. She works behind the scenes to make sure her caucus has all they need to fight bad legislation. She has led floor speeches on voting rights and is claiming the role as the pro-democracy leader amongst her Senate colleagues. Senator Murdock's speech on anti-protest House Bill 805 laid bare the sponsor's false claims and was recognized as a model against anti-democracy legislation. She helped organize a delegation to Washington to promote For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Senator Murdock does not hesitate when asked to fight anti-democracy or anti-environmental legislation. We look forward to watching what is next for this rising Senate leader. It is my honor to award Senator Natalie Murdock the Defender of the Environment Award.
Hello, Green voters and members of the North Carolina League of Conservation Voters. Honored to be here with all of you today. My name is Senator Natalie Murdock, and I am thrilled, elated, and more than anything, humbled to be honored as a Green Tie Award recipient. Myself and so many other of my colleagues that have been champions for the environment for years. Myself, it goes all the way back to the days where I would literally dig through my parents' trash in the event that they were not recycling to remind them of the symbols that were readily available to them to know how to properly recycle. Have been a champion of the environment for some years, which led me to run to be a soil and water supervisor serving Durham County before becoming a state senator. So when the opportunity presented itself for me to serve my entire state as a state senator, was honored to do that, and even more honored to serve on the North Carolina Agriculture and Energy Committee. So just really honored to be here and continue to serve all of you in a greater capacity. The Green Tie Award means so much because not only am I a green champion, but I pride myself on being a brown green girl. It is very important to me that legislators of color are also at the forefront of not only the environmental movement, but making that connection to our everyday communities, which I will talk about a little bit later. Let's touch on climate change. I've been a huge champion for Black maternal health this year, and folks actually miss the connection to climate change. If you live in an area that is hotter, that does not have the best environmental quality, best air quality, that can impact your ability to have a full-term and healthy birth. So issues that folks don't even link together and imagine really are impacted by climate change. Being that I am 37, I do believe that the younger the folks are, I can't tell you how many young people in middle school and high school write me letters from all over the state. They're really concerned about climate change and global warming. It is the issue of our time. So being that I'm also a millennial legislator, it is on the top of my list to look at the intersection of all of these issues and how it impacts the environment. Environmental justice. We know that our planet is getting hotter. Right here in North Carolina, we're having more and more storms that are more severe, from flooding. I have family in Wilmington. They have to have credit cards that they put to the side knowing that they will be forced to leave their homes possibly every year. But what if you can't afford that? What if you simply don't have the opportunity to put away $1,000, $2,000 to stay in a hotel until FEMA can figure out a way to give you assistance as we have more and more storms? We have to talk about resiliency. We have to talk about how we're going to build communities that can withstand these storms. One of a million reasons that show us why we have to take climate change very seriously, including right here in our backdoor North Carolina. Also in Wilmington, having issues with the quality of their water. So many reasons to continue to be a green champion. I'll end with talking about voting rights. honored to also be selected alongside Pricey Harrison in Guilford County. We had the opportunity, along with Representatives Ricky Hurtado and Representative Candy Smith, to travel to D.C., to go directly to our U.S. senators and implore them to do something about voting rights. I shared during that rally that I come from a legacy of fighting and protesting. My own ancestors marched alongside the World War IV to fight for equality. Voting rights continue to be the issue of our time. It's not only voter suppression, but fighting to make sure that your vote is heard, fighting to make sure that when you go to the ballot box, that vote will not be questioned and that vote will not be thrown in the trash. I will continue to be a green champion, a fighter for the environment, as well as a fighter for voting rights and justice for all. North Carolina League of Conservation Voters, I thank you again for this esteemed honor and pledge to you that I will continue to serve you in the General Assembly each and every day as a green champion. Thank you.